Bengals star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson draws subtle interest from Green Bay as trade speculation intensifies. The relationship between Cincinnati Bengals defensive standout Trey Hendrickson and his current franchise has deteriorated to a critical juncture that demands immediate resolution. When contract extension negotiations came to an abrupt halt last week, the organization effectively opened the door for competing teams across the league to begin evaluating the extraordinary talent that could soon become available through trade discussions. What began as standard contract talks has evolved into a public relations nightmare for Cincinnati as Hendrickson stepped before media representatives to voice his profound dissatisfaction with how the franchise has managed this delicate situation. His message was unambiguous and resolute when he declared his unwillingness to continue playing under the terms of his existing agreement, creating an impasse that appears increasingly difficult to resolve. The current standoff presents both parties with only two viable pathways forward, and neither option favors the Bengals organization. Hendrickson can maintain his holdout position and refuse to report to team activities indefinitely, or Cincinnati must actively pursue trade partnerships to move their elite pass rushing specialist to another franchise willing to meet his contractual demands. While the situation has remained relatively static since these developments emerged, analyzing the potential trade market reveals compelling opportunities for interested suitors. Any team seeking to bolster their pass rushing capabilities would find tremendous value in acquiring a player who has accumulated 35 quarterback sacks across just 2 seasons, demonstrating consistent elite production at the most crucial defensive position. Green Bay Packers head coach Matt LaFleur provided perhaps the most intriguing public commentary regarding this developing situation during his recent appearance on the Up and Adams television program. His response when asked about potentially pursuing difference-making talent carried subtle but unmistakable implications for how his organization views available elite players. LaFleur expressed his philosophy with characteristic enthusiasm, stating that his team never turns away exceptional talent when opportunities arise. He emphasized his commitment to working closely with General Manager Brian Gutekunst and other front office personnel to pursue any moves that could enhance their roster with impact players. His perspective centers on the fundamental belief that outstanding players elevate coaching performance, creating a symbiotic relationship that benefits the entire organization. The Packers established themselves as a formidable defensive unit, last season ranking among the top 10 pass rushing teams in professional football while generating 45 total sacks throughout their campaign. Adding a proven commodity like Hendrickson would represent a significant upgrade to an already impressive defensive front that could potentially transform Green Bay into an elite defensive powerhouse. However, the financial complexities surrounding any potential acquisition cannot be overlooked as Hendrickson clearly prioritizes securing a lucrative long-term extension above all other considerations. Green Bay currently has 4 of their 5 largest salary cap commitments allocated to defensive players, with those contracts extending across multiple future seasons, creating challenging budget constraints. Successfully integrating Hendrickson into their salary structure while maintaining fiscal responsibility would require creative maneuvering from the front office. But LaFleur correctly notes that accumulating exceptional talent rarely presents negative consequences for competitive organizations. Should Green Bay ultimately decide against pursuing this opportunity, numerous other franchises throughout the league will likely begin expressing serious interest in acquiring one of the most productive pass rushers currently available. The coming weeks will prove pivotal in determining whether Cincinnati can salvage this relationship or if Hendrickson will indeed find himself wearing different colors when the upcoming season begins. Either way, this situation represents one of the most compelling storylines heading into the new campaign as teams evaluate their championship aspirations against the backdrop of available talent in the trade market.